Okay, so Fabio, I've known you for around, I think, 2 years now. 2 years. So,
Correct.
uh,
Correct.
what I've figured out that you're a very organized person. You're a very fundamental person when it comes to business or doing work or whatsoever.
Yes.
You're very organized. You know what you do. You're not chaotic, and you built a very strong foundation and structure for whatever business you carry out. Right?
Thank you. Yes,
But
I try to do that as best I
yeah,
can.
but in the same time,
Old school.
you're very low key. Like you're not. Oh, look, there's Fabio on my feed. Who's this guy? Like, uh,
I'm very
yeah,
inactive when it comes to social
yeah,
media. I think
yeah,
that you have won that playing field very well. I
yeah,
see your activity on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. It gets me interested. You're
yeah,
doing it the right way. Me personally, I've failed miserably at it, Yani. I realized it's not my strong suit. So I've stuck to my strengths more like, which is a bit like the classical way of doing business. Even my clientele and
yeah,
my business sphere is mostly built on referrals, not
yeah.
through advertising. Which
So
is not to say
yeah,
that it's the right way,
yeah,
but it's the way that I know how to do it.
yeah, exactly. So you said you failed at social media at building yourself an exposure online. But when it comes to offline work and doing business the fundamental way, how did you get this very first referral? How did the first ever person got to do
Online.
business with you? How,
Online.
and how did that happen?
Mahovi, it all goes back to the internet.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
internet is invaluable.
yeah,
Arif, I know that the fact that I've not done well online but done well in every other aspect is not a good thing. Arif, I know you could be selling an excellent product or service or whatever it may be and have a weak online presence and be very, very far from maximizing your potential, which is where I still believe I am. Yani. In our company, we are doing very well in the market today. In the academic services sector, we are number one in the country in Lebanon. However, regardless of that, I feel we could be even more expansive had we had the right online presence.
yeah,
فالطريقة اللي بلش, the way it started,
yeah,
the very first client was brought through OLX and like
yeah, yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
things like that. I just tried around at them, and even if you do it poorly, you'll still get one or two clients here or there. And on those, we started to build a very strong benchmark, gave them a lot of value, and those one or two clients each brought five, and those five were well serviced, and each of those five brought five each, and
yeah,
that web just kept growing
yeah.
basically over the course of 4 years.
Yeah, look, man, this is amazing. But as you said, you still have potential to grow online and build an online presence. But with that, there comes like you open the chance for thousands of people to simultaneously contact the business or apply or demand work. How can you enter this chaotic style of doing business and restructure it into your own well-founded business? And how can you manage it again and make it all go smoothly again?
I believe by employing the proper professionals to actually tend to that type of task. Hello?
Yeah, yeah,
Cut for a second. So, Masan, since I'm not good at social media myself, I've actually hired a social media and marketing manager. She's quite the specialist. She does the
yeah,
designs and everything. And she's begun marketing the company on Instagram, on Facebook, and it's already beginning to bear fruit. People are seeing it far more, it's getting engagement. And I'm personally learning about it. You realize when you are running a corporation, a company, anything, whatever it may be, a team, you get real value from the people who work with you. I don't like to say work for you, because I see us as a team. They are
yeah,
employed, but they are my team. They are my colleagues in a way. And she has far more experience than me
yeah,
doing that stuff. So I'm
yeah,
learning it from her literally. عرفت كيف؟
yeah,
You pair that with a classical way of doing business, which I view to be, serious, committed work to delivering to people exactly what you say you will deliver, which I feel a lot of businesses today don't achieve. As in, they market in a certain way, like ads for burgers or whatever, or food, or flashy images and whichever. And then when you actually attain the product or service from all of this flashy marketing, it's actually quite, not really up to par. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
does not retain clients. I believe if you actually provide them with quality, which I always stress on, and
yeah,
quality control is the number thing we're marketing in our company, then people will trust in the value you have to provide and stick with you. And I'd rather have 10 consistent clients than 50 shaky,
yeah,
inconsistent
on and
ones.
off and on and off. This brings me back to marketing. Like the thing is, in your business, in your industry, just so we put people into context. Can you just tell us briefly what you do? What's your business?
Of course.
Yeah.
So the company is called EWL, Essay Writing Lebanon. It's a academic and business services company. What we do academically is we provide assistance for essays, research papers, theses, exams. We tutor clients. We assist them academically, and professionally we provide CVs, tailor-made CVs, portfolios, cover letters, business plans, all of these types of things. So
Yeah.
it's mainly only in the services domain, and it's academic and business services of all kinds. Hence, education is a primary need. It's
Yes,
like food
definitely,
or
definitely.
water or
Yeah,
shelter. It's actually the fourth primary need that
definitely.
human beings will always have.
Yeah.
So in itself, that is a market. However, everyone is in that market. Everyone's
Yeah,
trying to get
about
into
that,
education.
Like, there's a lot of competition, you know that. There's a lot of players in this market. But the thing is that most of the competition that I've seen, that I know, try to enter the market by marketing the price, by trying to be the cheapest, right? And forget
Yes,
and try to,
absolutely,
and most of the
absolutely,
time, while doing that, they overlook the actual quality, the actual value of the service they're making. So they just be like,
completely.
yeah, yeah. So they be like something worth $300, but because they just want to sell it, they'll make it for $20. Come on, let's go get
Correct,
100. Let's get
correct.
100 clients that pay us $20 instead of two clients that pay us each $300. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I'll actually
yeah,
give you. I have a lot to say about that, but I'll
yeah,
try to keep it brief. This I have seen with my own two eyes quite a lot, and especially in my business. So in my business, let's say you'll have clients who have unrealistic expectations, like that hand you
definitely.
huge projects,
Yeah, yeah,
things that are month-long commitments, like a 3-month commitment,
yeah,
and they want it done for cheap because they consider, oh, since you're a service provider, hence you are not buying a commodity, hence
yeah,
you don't have any costs besides the people for whom you pay the service. So we may as well get it for dirt cheap. And because there are people, as you said, who are flooding the market today with cheap services and marketing this idea cheap, 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 we're the cheapest, we'll beat any
yeah.
price,
Cost
whichever,
leadership.
uh,
Whoever can
they're
give
actually,
out the
exact,
cheapest price will get the biggest market share, with
and they're
totally
actually
ignoring the value.
disturbing the
And
market.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
not getting the
exactly.
largest market
Yeah,
share, I assure you.
yeah,
Like, I know companies like this in our sector, and I know
yeah,
them personally, and I know the people that own them that are earning, they're not even in the 3 digits, man.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
have like 30 clients the entire month,
Yeah,
20
yeah,
clients, and that's
yeah,
nothing. We
yeah,
are closing over 4,000 and a half deals a month with
yeah,
clients. The idea here is not that you're selling the cheapest, is that you sell quality, because I believe if the quality is there, then irrespective of price, people will come to you. I've heard a couple of times from a few clients here and there, even though we're not, but I've heard that, oh, you're expensive, the service is expensive.
maybe
It's
maybe
not.
they
We
think you're
charge.
expensive because of the people they talked to before, because in this industry they will not just talk to the first person they see. They're going to talk to you, compare you to others, and just
Exactly.
only compare prices with disregard to, complete disregard to the value,
The
to the
quality.
quality they're getting, to the price to value ratio and so on. So they just want
Absolutely.
the cheapest regardless of what they're going to do, and always
Actually,
end up getting something below their own expectations.
agreed.
Yeah,
Actually, in that regard, I say this. If someone tells you, I offer you the cheapest service available, then should you really go with the person who markets himself as the cheapest? I
yeah,
wouldn't want to be known as the cheapest. Like,
yeah, yeah.
believe me, I'm actually happy when clients tell me, oh, but you price the most, or you're the most expensive company in this sector. I'm
It's
like,
for
then
a
great.
reason. It's for a reason.
It exists exactly because we
Yeah,
guarantee things that others do not. The manners in which we function, the methodology we employ. I work 18, 19 hours a day.
yeah,
I kid you
yeah,
not.
yeah,
I swear to you, there are days I have gone without sleep. We used to be in the same
yeah,
office. You
yeah,
used to see
yeah,
me sleep
yeah,
there.
yeah,
I used to sleep at the office, man,
yeah,
because we are aiming to provide that quality and to distinguish ourselves. And for that reason, we must demand a fair fee. But these people that will demand peanuts and work
yeah,
for peanuts,
yeah,
believing that that is how you attain a large market, are actually not only hurting the market, but hurting themselves,
yeah,
because no one
exactly.
wants to work with someone who's dirt cheap. If I tell you right now, like in Lebanon, what's the typical breakfast? Manoushi.
Yeah,
The average manoushi today costs 3 or 4 thousand
yeah,
after
yeah,
inflation.
yeah,
So if I tell you I'll sell you this manoushi for 500 lira, 500 LL,
yeah.
will you buy it?
I'll be totally skeptical of
Of
the quality of the
you're
manusha, what
you're
goes
going to
in it,
get
and so on.
poisoned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The same applies to any business.
yeah,
The
yeah,
reason these businesses and these companies, يعني لنوصل للآخر, as they say, the
yeah,
reason these companies are pricing this way is because they provide shit services,
Yeah.
because the value they're providing clients is very low,
Or
and they
even
are
if they had the
underperforming.
value, then they don't know how to convert it into an actual marketing message, or to sell the experience, sell the quality that they have. So they just like, okay, we're gonna be the cheapest, and everyone will come to us.
Well, think of it this way.
Yeah.
Services academic assistance business depends on the sales of intelligentsia. You are selling people's intelligence and skill.
Yeah.
If someone is so stupid that they cannot see their own value and they price dirt cheap, that is not an intelligent person. Would you trust that person with your work?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I
I'm putting my money in a certain service. I'm gonna require the best quality, and if that demands me to pay a little
absolutely.
extra fee than the cheap ones, that's what I'm gonna go for, because
Better to
I
have
know
one
what
pair
I'm
of
gonna
shoes.
get.
Exactly. Better
Yeah.
to have one pair of shoes that looks good and that you can
Yeah.
sustain than have five fake pairs
Yeah.
of shoes that
Yeah.
stink 3 months.
Yeah,
You get
in your industry, it's like paying cheap to have a 50-50 chance of success, or paying the real price that goes along with the real value you're offering for a guaranteed, or like a 90% chance of success.
absolutely.
Yeah,
No, higher than 90. We've diminished our ratio, our margin of error to close to 2.5%,
yeah,
especially in this business. Industries that deal with people's futures, like money, education, things like that. You can't really maintain a high margin of error, or
yeah,
else you damage your reputation. People
true.
talk, and
Yeah,
negative word travels far quicker than positive word.
yeah,
So you need to be aware of that. But
yeah,
besides that, this whole cheap thing going on, it's really going on because people are outsourcing. So
yeah,
today, a lot of companies are springing up online, and they advertise, oh, we have the best services, the cheapest services, and the highest quality.
yeah.
How do they even attain such cheap margins? Is because they contact people abroad in underdeveloped countries like India, Sri Lanka.
Lebanon
All
currently.
respect to them. This is not,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, but all respect to them. Yani. I have nothing against Indians or Sri Lankans, but there are lots of cons going on over there,
yeah, yeah,
and these people sell their services for dirt cheap, and
yeah,
those
yeah,
services are
exactly. Yeah,
horrific in quality, and then they add very small margins to them, and then they sell you at a very cheap price,
yeah, yeah.
but you get what you pay for,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, speaking of that, you get a lot of clients per month, right?
Yeah,
And
around 4,500.
yeah,
Like that's
so
usually the
that's a
number.
huge number actually. So, and not every client is like, okay, here's my money, this is what I want, thank you. There's going to be a lot of clients who will try to negotiate, maybe get the service and
Oh, a lot.
not be
Almost every
satisfied.
single
Yeah,
client.
yeah. So there's always going to be like a certain percentage of people who either have something to say, either about the price, the quality, maybe ask for credibility, since they might be the first ever, for the first time they see you, or even the referral didn't tell them about you. So how do you deal with customer service, with negotiation, with people who are trying to lower the price, or after the service is done and they have something to say? How do you tackle that?
Well, in terms of pricing, the way that we handle that, if someone tries to negotiate, now we always leave a margin for negotiation
Yeah, a
because we have to
reservation
face the
price,
facts.
that
Exactly.
the lowest point you get to.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because we have
yeah,
to face the facts. The Oriental cultures, the Eastern cultures, it's like they can't do without it. They like to
yeah. They have to
negotiate
negotiate.
even the unnegotiable.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so you
Even
have to
something
add a
with
little
a
margin.
price tag, they have to negotiate it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
So hence you add a little bit of a margin and you negotiate on that pretense. But if people wish to negotiate unreasonably, then we explain to them very simply that the type of service that we provide requires a lot of commitment of time and effort and skill, and people that have a certain value at which they work for, a fair value. If you wish to maintain the level of quality that you came here to buy, this is the cost. I'm sorry. And we
yeah,
give them the example of anything else. I sometimes use the words, if you want Louis Vuitton shoes, you pay Louis Vuitton prices.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we are the Louis Vuitton of this business.
yeah.
But if you want H&M shoes Louis Vuitton shoes for H&M
For H&M
prices,
price, yeah,
then you are expecting to be lied to, and a lot
yeah,
of people do that, guaranteed excellence and
yeah,
so on
yeah,
and so
yeah,
forth, and then they provide you with shit because selling words is easy,
yeah,
following up is not that.
yeah,
So that's how we justify it. We tell them that's
yeah,
it. I even sometimes offer them. I tell them, hey, I know people that do like the same line of business I'm in, outside of my company, people who do this independently, that will work for even cheaper than this small fee that you discussed. However, I guarantee nothing, and these people themselves guarantee nothing.
yeah,
They work,
yeah, yeah,
they try their luck. Let's play some Russian roulette. If you want,
yeah,
we can do
yeah.
that. And then the
They'd be like,
client
yeah,
just
I'll do it.
panicked
I'll try. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I wouldn't be
yeah,
bluffing.
yeah,
I would not be bluffing. These people do that. I One time a client called me, like, he thought I was bluffing. He thought, you know what, I'm gonna call him out on the bluff. He said, yeah, bring those cheap options. And I retold him, told him, listen, my friend, anything that happens is upon your own responsibility.
yeah,
Because it's sensitive work,
yeah, yeah.
took his work, he did
There's your
horribly.
reputation at
And
stake.
then yeah, yeah. And then he
Yeah,
came to me. He's like, "Look at the situation I'm in
yeah,
now. I'm in a horrible position." I told him, "Listen, I told you this," and it was like a competition. The thing that he
yeah,
was in, and he said, "I came before last, next to last." I told him, "Hey, at least you didn't come last. The price you paid
yeah,
for, I expected you coming in last." He
yeah,
paid peanuts for
yeah,
something that was
yeah,
worth like 20 times the multiple of the number he paid.
yeah,
So it is what it is. You can't expect quality if you're paying for,
yeah,
cheap things.
yeah.
Cheap price equals cheap quality. That's why it's cheap.
Yeah, you, you,
Simple as
you
that.
get what you pay for, just like you said. And about that, if you want to give advice to someone who's trying to market something and trying to be the cheapest, what you have to say to him to be aware of his value, to understand the worth of the product or service or whatever he is selling, and how to price it correctly, and not to minimize the opportunity cost on the whatever price he puts on his services, his products, or whatever.
Well, what I would say first is see, like, look deeply within whatever you're trying to provide as a product or service. See what intrinsic value it really has. And that value is generally predicated on, first of all, its scarcity, how much of that product or service is being provided within your community. Second of all, its difficulty to undertake. So if it's a rarer product, it's surely going to be more expensive. If the craftsmanship is more difficult, if it's a service, if the level of skill required for the service is higher. So once you have, in a way, determined the real true value of your product, price fairly,
Yeah,
price accordingly. You want to price expensively, you want to set high prices and achieve them, then create a product or service that is actually of that value, and then learn to market it very well. But I'm against the notion of marketing average products well and setting high prices.
yeah.
I'm against it. If your product is
You
truly
have to match
average,
the
then
price with the
set average
value.
price. Exactly.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
feel that it will not create a consistent and fruitful business model. People will catch on that you are overvaluing the service or product you're providing, and that will actually work to counter everything you're doing. They'll come against you. But if you are pricing midway, if you are, let's say, a medium level product provider, whatever you provide is not that great, it's not bad either, and you price as such, and people feel they've gotten the value for their money, then they'll actually be thankful for you and
yeah,
they'll refer you and you'll grow.
yeah,
But I feel when you try to swindle people in terms of quality, which I've seen a lot of people do, especially in the services industry, and in the online
yeah,
industry,
yeah,
you tend to lose credibility.
yeah, totally, man. So, was there any time that you were like, your business was in maybe some sort of a challenge or a trouble where one client was, I don't know, maybe not satisfied, but like didn't do business with you, and tried to mess with the reputation, or had some sort of an issue
Absolutely.
regarding, yeah, and how did you solve this, or how did you overcome it?
I shall tell you. Now, a lot of people in this industry
Yeah,
specifically like to tell you that they're perfect, and this never happens. If you are in business to begin with and have no complaints, then you are not doing any work.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's going to happen, especially in
yeah,
the services industry and especially in the academic services industry.
yeah,
So what happened was this client, we had helped him with quite a few tasks, over 50. Literally, let's say 99%, like 49 out of 50 went beautifully, but one did not go as planned. Now, what we do in situations where there's an underperformance on our side, we immediately own up to it.
yeah.
It's a very rare occurrence, but there is, as I told you, a 1 to 2.5% margin of error, which
It
is
has to
very
happen.
healthy.
It has to happen once.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
What we do is we refund the client, as in we do not charge, okay, even a minimal fee, nothing. We refund it in full
yeah,
with an apology, and then we try to, if the chance presents itself, and it does many times, redo that same task but far better.
yeah,
And if that works out, we retain the client. If it doesn't, we offer the client a discount for the next task, and we show them that we are not willing to charge even a dime for services rendered without
yeah.
satisfaction,
See,
and
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
do refund.
yeah.
Yeah,
See,
so
this
you have
is,
to do that.
yeah. this is the beauty of customer service. This is something I really like, because the best thing in business is having returning clients, is the ability to retain clients and having them return one time, two times, three times, and bring people with them.
Correct. Correct.
It's way more beneficial and efficient than having people who just come, purchase one time, and leave and never come back.
Oh, absolutely. I have
Yeah,
clients that
yeah,
I've had for 4 years,
yeah,
the same, and I
yeah,
built relationships with them. They
yeah,
become friends. We play basketball together.
yeah. Exactly.
When you
This is the
build
best thing
when
in
you build
business.
a
Yeah,
rapport, this is actually when you start to produce more and to increase output.
yeah,
When you don't build a rapport and you treat clients like numbers, is actually when you do poorly. You
yeah.
don't retain.
And
So
most
I
of the
would
time,
rather
this
have
happens because the business owners or the people that conduct the business are afraid of their own customers, like are afraid of their own products. Like, okay, I'm going to sell this and disappear. I don't want any feedback. I don't want to know what happened next and how did the client react to it.
absolutely. I
Yeah,
agree with that.
yeah,
I have actually stamped my face on every product and
yeah,
service, more
yeah,
services, so much that the clients don't actually know the name of my company. They
yeah,
just refer to it by my name.
yeah,
So
yeah,
go to this person, and they don't even know that it's a company. Like they talk to me,
yeah.
they
They
ask me,
think
"Can you
it's
do
you. You
this?"
do
Yeah,
everything. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
So I truly believe that customer service is invaluable. Like, better not even have a product or service to sell if you are lacking in that department.
yeah.
It's
Exactly,
very
exactly.
important. And building a
One
rapport,
bad
making people
customer
trust
service.
you.
Yeah, yeah,
And these are people that are trusting you over the
yeah,
phone. I don't I don't meet at least 98% of my clients.
yeah,
98%, I never even meet them. Some of
yeah,
them I've had for 3.5 years that I've never met or sat with.
yeah.
How am I get this person? How am I going to get this person to trust me and send me 3 and 5 and 7 and $10,000 over the internet repeatedly? And they do so. Like, we work on quite a few tasks for them, and they just feel that they can trust us because we provide that value and we're consistent with it.
Yeah,
And I insist on that always. And
yeah,
it comes at a cost, but it's
definitely.
better than just doing a hit and run. A hit and run,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is
It's the
you keep a
stupidest
client,
thing,
okay,
man.
one time.
It's like a scam for me. Like you sell something and you just run away, escape, and just disappear in hopes
A lot of
of the
businesses
client
do
not
that.
knowing who you are and what you did.
I find these
Yeah,
pages that
yeah,
just pop up online.
yeah,
They start rendering services on the internet, marketing them, selling them for 3 4 months. They get a bad rep, for delivering under quality work, and then they disappear,
yeah,
rebrand, and then pop up again. The
yeah.
same
And redo
people.
the same thing. It's one
Yeah, yeah.
ongoing loop. Yeah,
It's like a vicious cycle, and then they
yeah,
get outed for good. And people, for that reason, a lot of new up and comers in any industry now are really, really highly skepticized. Like, people are looking at businesses now with a skeptical eye
yeah.
because there are too many scammers going around, and
True, true, exactly.
especially
Yeah,
for businesses that have an internet presence like
yeah.
mine, like yours,
Because it's easier
etc.
to scam. Actually, it's very easy to impersonate, to scam people and just to drag people into sending their
Of
money
course,
for shit.
of course.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
had people on the phone with me pretending to have different accents than the accents they actually
yeah,
had. Like, I would actually
yeah,
background check them and
yeah,
realize they were in a different country than they said, or had a
yeah,
different accent.
yeah,
So you can't be too careful. That's
yeah,
why, even though my business is heavily internet centric, we also retain an office. And
yeah.
I put my face in front of everything that we do. And I own up to it because we show them, hey, we have nothing to hide here.
Because
Look,
you know what
everything
you sell.
is on the
You
app.
have the awareness for your own business. You know the value that you have.
Exactly.
You don't have to like to disappear or like to hide behind anything, or
If you have to
yeah,
hide
yeah,
behind it, then you shouldn't be
yeah.
doing it.
Then you have a shitty service or a shitty product or whatever you're
Exactly. You
selling.
shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
I've always said, if what you're doing is something you will feel ashamed of, don't do it.
yeah,
I'm very proud of what we do. I enjoy it. It brings me a lot of value. I've attached my personal identity to it, and I only look to grow it from here.
yeah,
We shall see.
yeah. That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Thank
And if you want to get to the last part of this amazing discussion,
you.
actually,
Of course.
um,
Thank you, brother.
yeah, no, the pleasure is mine, actually.
Well, really pleasure
So
to mind your
yeah.
conversation.
So if you remember when we started this discussion, I told you that I think you're a very fundamental guy when it comes to business, when it comes to doing work and building the foundation of a successful business. So, uh, if you want to tell the people or tell whoever is watching this video how to actually build a strong structure to a business, to a service, to a product, or how to be fundamental in these things to have, because a startup that is failed on the foundation will fail on the long run. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. How you start is
Yeah,
how you finish.
exactly. So how do we build this strong foundation, this strong structure to make it last and sustainable?
This is a big question, and it's an important one. Okay, so basically, in my opinion, it's the team that you put around you. To pretend that I did this by myself would be a foolish task, for anyone.
Yeah,
There are 372 people in my organization, all very carefully selected, and all of whom have skill sets that make them very, very valuable and that differ greatly from mine. So I have tech people, for example. I'm a bit of a caveman, as you know,
yeah,
when you were
yeah,
putting up the link to
yeah,
do this
yeah,
video, I wasn't even finding
yeah,
it. I have tech people to do that I trust very much. I have customer service people that I trust very much. We have a medical advisor whom I've entrusted with everyone's health. We have a performance coach, and that I find is an indispensable part of our team, that type of thing.
yeah,
I think every company today needs that, and most modernized companies have it. You can call her in case you're feeling down. She keeps the staff's morale high. So I've positioned it so that we operate as a team, as a whole. When you do that at your foundation, for whatever company or whatever business you try to pursue, even if it's just a small business like that doesn't require more than maybe two or three people around you, then the product or service that you render will have the attached quality of all of those people. So it is not me that creates this value alone, but the collective skill set of all of us. This is why I like even chatting with you every now and
yeah,
again, because I
yeah.
feel like I gain value from your conversations. A lot of conversation today
Likewise,
is
man. It's
silly.
the same thing. Actually,
Really.
yeah, I believe I can learn a lot just from normal conversation, just like this one, just like this one, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to do where the best place to smoke shisha is, as
yeah,
is the common
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
So,
Exactly.
truly, it's the team that makes it what it is. I'm not trying to sound like a saint
Yeah,
here, but it is
yeah,
it is a fact.
yeah.
I
We
run
have
the
to be
team,
real. Yeah,
but they are still like, in a way, we are all one in this.
yeah,
But what I found that people can't start the foundation on is a weak team. That's for sure.
yeah,
I've seen people put together, I don't know, a group of employees and whichever, that there is no trust there, no rapport building, nothing. The owner or director or whichever of that business, that company, doesn't really get personally invested in the people he works with. And when you fail to do so, you've built on shaky grounds.
yeah.
There's no trust.
This is actually something that makes me think about that each company or any business that is trying to create something, they should build a strong culture, a strong company culture. Like, for example, your own company. It has a culture of performance, of high achievements, of constant motivation, good performance, and so
Absolutely.
on. You build this strong culture where every newcomer just get immersed in that and like adapts quickly and knows how everything works. You don't want a place where someone gets into and doesn't know how anything works and who to talk to and what to talk to. Like it will get chaotic, will get lost. People will start doing. Each one will do whatever he or she thinks it's right.
Especially if it's online.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
online,
yeah,
they can do that work remotely,
yeah.
as almost
براني
every member
مثل
of
as
our
they
team
say.
does. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That's what'll happen. They'll feel that they're drifting off.
yeah,
So you have to create that culture and remind people constantly that you're there, that you care
yeah,
about this. Like, I do engage in side ventures besides the company I'm actually working on the novel.
yeah,
But besides that, I don't try to drift too far from it, no matter how unengaged I am at that moment in time. I still know what's going on. I'm
yeah,
still a call away for anyone.
yeah.
That culture is vital to keeping
Yeah,
your
exactly.
organization
And
healthy.
this
A lot of
culture
people don't
is
do that.
built on your company's vision, on your objectives, on your goals, which you actually translate to the whole team, and everyone gets along the same
Exactly.
train and go.
Exactly.
And like you have to make people know that they are not just doing this to make you money, they are doing this to personally grow and chase their own goals, their own dreams, and everything related to that.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
agree with that. If you make people feel like you want for them what you want for yourself, then they will actually, enjoy doing for you as they do for themselves. But if you make them feel like they are there to achieve only your ends and nothing of their own, then they will not work well,
yeah,
and they will not continue with you. And that's not just something that I feel you can pretend to do. You have to believe it.
yeah,
Yeah, the people I work with, I do love these people. I enjoy them. Yeah, I enjoy the team. A lot of them are closely my brothers. The assistant manager at my company is
yeah,
like a brother to me, human resources manager. I'm close to them personally.
yeah,
Even the performance coach, all of them. One of them is a management, and he's my personal trainer at the same time.
yeah,
So that is the type of culture we have going on, and that is what I feel has created a good foundation. Everyone wants the best interest of the collective instead of their own singular
It's
interest.
for the
When you
greater
have
good that will
300,
benefit everyone.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly, like a Spartan army,
yeah,
300 people all fighting for the
yeah,
guy on his right,
yeah,
and I believe that. I
yeah,
truly believe that. I think companies that have done well, and if you look at their models, they've kind of taken after doing that. If you look at Google and all of these
yeah.
companies that have, it's almost like a fraternity, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, exactly. They have
So
this culture,
that's
this
how it is.
atmosphere, this vibe. Everyone gets energetic. Everyone knows
Absolutely.
what he's doing and how he is actually contributing to the to a higher purpose or a higher goal. He's
Exactly.
not just doing something for no reason.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with that. I
yeah.
agree.
This is amazing, man. This is amazing. I really want to thank you again for
No, thank
giving me
you,
your
brother. I
time. Actually,
enjoyed
I know
this.
you're very busy. Giving me this time to
No,
have this amazing conversation,
my
share
pleasure.
this value, and one last piece of advice for anyone trying to get into anything now.
Uh, don't be afraid to start. I think it's oversaid. It's not
Yeah,
mine. It's not an original. But whatever you're doing, start. There is this falsehood, this idea that you need to be at this perfect position so that you
yeah,
can even
yeah.
be
We can
done.
never be 100% ready.
Absolutely. You'll
Yeah, yeah,
probably not even be 50%
yeah,
ready. When I started, I was like more 20%
yeah,
ready, and I
yeah.
was by myself, and I
But you
didn't know
started.
what
But you
involved what
started.
I was.
Yeah.
And as I told you, started
Yeah.
with the internet,
You could
not
have been
knowing what I
still
was doing.
waiting till today to start thinking you're not ready yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I see these people with $1 million ideas. Just begin working. Don't talk too much. Start the work. See where it takes you. Because
Yeah.
if you don't start, you've already failed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's it.
Amazing,
Anyway,
man.
thank you,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you
Have a
again,
lovely
man.
day.
Thank you. And
Thank you,
with
brother.
that, guys, this episode is done. This will be the third episode of this podcast. You will find Fabio's links in the description, whether to his business or
Yes.
maybe to whatever socials he provides. And
Anything you
yeah,
guys need, you're welcome
yeah.
at a discount.
Okay, this is exclusive from this podcast. So if
Yeah.
they stick to the end, they will know that there is a discount. If not, it's their loss, and it's actually your win, Fabio. And thank you again for everyone who's watching this
Uh,
video.